This is a 1/4 inch grooving plane. This is an essential tool for building furniture. And 1/4 inch is the typical size. There are other sizes, but this is probably the most used size. And I've been looking for one because anywhere you want to plow a groove along the grain in a piece of wood, you need one of these, particularly to do like drawer bottoms and things like that. When you're doing cabinetry, you want to put a bottom in that drawer. You really don't want to like put little frames of wood around the bottom of it and tack it in and do all of that stuff. You want to cut a groove and slide that bottom drawer in before you completely assemble that drawer. That's how you want to do it. And I've been looking for one of these for a long time. Most of them are a little bit more money than I'm able to afford. They're still not very expensive, but most of them are $30, $40. I got this one really cheap because if you see this piece of, I reckon it looks like pine. Somebody shoved that in there to look like a wedge, but it doesn't have a wedge in it, so I need to build one. So hopefully you can see what's going on here. The iron sits in it along this plane, and then there's a wedge that goes into it. And what I'm going to do, I've not done this before. I mean, it's a wedge. I should be able to make one. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure the opening from the back of the iron to this section right here. That's where we're going to start the wedge. And that is a 1/16 of an inch. So it's 1/16 by I'm going to measure this gap, and I should have brought my magnifying, and that is 1 inch. So I'm going to write that down, and then by let's see. I'm struggling with this. Let's see. By about 4 inches. So, where did my pencil go? Haha. So, by 4 inches long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from and go here to about here. We're going to go 1/16 in. By, and let's shoot that across, and then there's your 4-inch mark. We're going to go 1 inch this way, and all we're going to do is strike a line. And it doesn't really matter if the wedge is slightly oversized, because we'll plane it to size. And what I'm going to do, that will loosen up the iron and the take this crap off of here and set that iron to the side. And I want to kind of measure okay, so we need a little bit off this. I'm going to leave this the length that it is, and we're going to plane this down now to fit into this plane. This end is a bit thicker, so we're gonna work on it. This one, more than likely, this is against the grain, but see what we can do. I might have to sharpen this. All right. And I'm just slowly fitting until I find that this is going to fit. I want to smooth up this side. That's smooth enough there. And it's a little fat on that end, so lovely. And we're just sizing this to this so that it will fit. And I think That's perfectly fine there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. All right. We're not doing anything exact. Just trying to get that angle on there so that I can start working. And you see I have my strop here to make sure my tools stay sharp. All right. Drop my stuff. I hate when that happens. Been a good mallet. All right, so where's the, here we go. Layer like that. That layers back here. Okay, so we need to thin that just a hair. And we're gonna set this to the side, take that out for now, and we're gonna okay. It's not quite the angle that it needs to be, so we're gonna kind of guess. I'm gonna look at it and try to do one of those numbers because I want it to I want the angle as right as I can get it. I doubt that it has to be absolutely perfect, but I want it as perfect as I can get it. And I'm just eyeballing because I don't really know what that angle is. I just know that and yes, I know I'm going against the grain. I will clean that up once I get this fitted the way that I want it. Not square. Wrong way, big boy. It's got some kind of like a piece of wood or something along here, and I do not think I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm just guessing. I've never ran one of these planes before, owned one of these planes, or used one. I'm trying to get what I think is right. And it will do what it will do. Where's my Okay. All right. Well, I just had a malfunction with my audio. So let's hope that the audio comes out. What I want to do now is kind of shape this. I could use a hammer. This chisel is way more than sharp enough to do the job. And I know that this is not gonna be beautiful. If you look at some of the old planes, you can to some extent you can date how old the plane is by the shape of this. So, you know, you can get really intricate with this if you want to. I'm just looking for a working plane. I'm not looking for anything else but a working plane. Like butter. Love this chisel. Love these chisels. And like I said, I'm not looking for anything to be beautiful, just trying to come out with a working plane. You know what? For now, one of the things you see often in planes like this is a little little piece like that to kind of allow room for shavings. I don't know if this plane needed that or not. We're gonna find out. So I've been playing around with this a little bit. It works pretty well, but if you look, it has this metal piece here and this fence here, and what this will do is it will ride in this outside groove, and that controls depth of cut. And you would basically just lay it, set it like that, and lay your hand along the fence. This is, I'm going slightly against the grain, but this is a straight grain piece of wood, and it's easier to do that with a piece of wood like this. Here, not cutting. Now to cut down here until it reaches that, and you see that's riding in that groove. And that's it. You see we have a 1/4 inch by, it looks like 1/4 inch deep, which is what I want groove. And I can do that way, or I could clamp this board down and go along the grain this way, the same way, for like a drawer bottom or something like that. So that's it. That's a 1/4 inch grooving plane. And a wedge made for it, and that is perfectly serviceable. I probably won't do a flipping thing else to it, but that's all that I need. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.